What's up everyone, 3D Prince 747 here, back again with a quick video. So I got the Python build done. This is going to be the first print. We'll see how it works. I'm not sure about this. I don't know. I mean, I just loaded the filament. Let's try this one and you'll see how long it takes to do it. Let me get my camera on a stand. Stay tuned. Alright, camera is on the stand. When I loaded the orange, it took a while, like longer than it normally takes on the AMS. So check this out. I'll have to see if this is normal. It might be. It's been a while since I've printed in multicolor. But my wife needs a Very Hungry Caterpillar printed for her preschool class. So that's what I'm going to print. I don't know what that noise is. It's kind of weird, but that never happened with the AMS. Who knows? I might go back to the AMS. We'll see. Not sure if this was worth it or not. It's supposed to be good for cardboard, so it doesn't mess up the internals of the AMS. I do have this enclosure, like I showed you before, that I haven't put it in yet. That will be the next step if I end up keeping the Python instead of going back to the AMS. That noise is really weird. I don't know why it's messing with the orange again. The AMS never used to do that. It used to load one and be done. Alright, now we're going to try the red. Get that loaded. There goes that. Nope. And that's messed up already. I can see that right here. So stay tuned. We're going to take a look and see what I screwed up, because the filament is actually right there. So it must not have come through the feeder correctly. It's really strange. Oh, that's weird. The tube came out of the feeder. So you can't see it, probably, but it's right there. So I'm going to have to go ahead and attach that. So give me a second. Alright, so you can see where the tube had popped out down at the bottom, down there. I've reinserted it. So we should be good to add the red. So stay tuned. Alright, time for the red. Let's see how this goes. One thing, if you're gonna build this, the pieces up here changed. They tell you to screw in these gears, but they don't do that anymore. They just kind of sit there, and the pressure from the filament holds them in place. We'll see if that becomes an issue or when the spool gets lighter. All right, there goes that. And that was quick. Oh, and there goes the green. So now green's probably going to come out, and then the red's probably going to go in. I'm not going to use the orange in this print. I'm just going to use the red and the green. I threw the orange on there just because I'm going to do a 3-color print to test things out, but not today. So that's an issue. The gear's turning, but the filament isn't moving. So I wonder if I have to... I bet you have to bolt these on. Hang on a second. Alright, so it's been so long since I printed all these parts. It's probably been 2 months. Because I waited for the enclosure to get here and everything before I started the build. I also ordered the hardware from Voxel PLA. They do have spacers, which makes sense. Stupid me forgot about that. So I added them, and it should make things more stable. Let's go ahead and insert the filament again. And what the heck? It's not turning at all. Let's power this off. Yeah. Makes no sense at all. Try again. Why didn't I just leave well enough alone? It's like it's having trouble pulling it in because the spool isn't spinning, which it shouldn't have to spin because the gear, but you can see the gear right here. It's lifting out. So it's causing an issue with the filament. They're all lined up. See if this one does the same thing. Yeah, I can feel it's not going to pull. I know the gear's there, but it feels tight. Maybe I just need to loosen the spool holder a little bit so that it spins on the spool, but doesn't flop around. Who knows? The instructions aren't great for this, and this is version 1.0.4, which has changed since the directions they have on their site. So it'd be nice to see some updated instructions based on the changes that were made in this hardware. See, I just don't like the way that looks. It's not sitting right now. It is, but see, this isn't, it's just spinning and the filament isn't catching. All right, I'm gonna do some research. I'll be back. So one of the issues I'm having is the screws here, the M3 screws that it says to use, won't tighten down all the way. So I think that was causing, well, it was definitely causing some flop over here. So I'm gonna probably glue this in place to just see if that works. Yeah, hang on a sec. All right, here's where we're at. I've got everything back together in the AMS. I'm going to put this back into the body, or shell of the AMS rather, and kick off a print and see what happens. I just loaded the green. and it's finished. With the Python, it seemed like 5 minutes. And we are back to printing multicolor with no issues yet. Hopefully that remains true throughout the print. I'm printing a very hungry caterpillar for my wife's preschool. We'll see how it looks when it's finished in 6 hours. Alright, so you can see that the AMS is working as expected. So I think we're good. And we're going to put the Python build behind us. Yeah, happy with how it's looking so far. Alright, one thing I just noticed is that there are no holes in the top of the head for me to insert these into. The other one had it, so my guess is that the 3MF had a negative part in the print. So that sucks. I could glue these on, but they're just going to break off real easy. Alright, for anybody that's still watching this video that has been really freaking annoying, the print. I took a soldering iron and poked 2 holes in the head and then glued the ears in. I guess they're ears, maybe they're antennas, I have no flipping clue. But glued them in, and they're in solid right now, so they're not coming out. So I'm done with this thing that was a huge pain in the butt. But it turned out awesome. I think the kids are going to love it. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will catch you on the next one.